Welcome to English with Abby and Dore. I'm Abby, and today we'll talk about two antonyms and their synonyms. And to review from our last video on synonyms and antonyms, synonyms are words that mean the same thing. They mean the same, they have the same meaning. And antonyms are words that are opposites. And so these two antonyms, good and bad, and their synonyms are what we will talk about today. So the words good and bad can be used to describe so many different things. They are two adjectives, and adjectives are describing words, they describe nouns. And good and bad can be used to describe so many different types of nouns. And so this is important if you want to take your English vocabulary to the next level. Instead of continually describing something as being good or bad, or just adding very or really in front of the word, like, oh, that was really good, or really, really good, or that was bad, that was very bad. Instead of using just really and very as modifiers for good and bad, these are other words you can use to describe that have varying meanings, meaning a little bit good or really good or a little bad or really bad. And so some synonyms of good would be nice. And nice just means, oh, that was nice. It would be just like saying, oh, that was good. That was nice. Then we have excellent, which would be very good, just a step above good. That was excellent. Or we have great, which is similar to good. They have a very similar meaning. Great is just a little bit stronger than using the word good to describe a food or a situation or a place, any noun. And then we have these two, which wonderful is a great word to use because it means just a little bit more than good, but it just has a connotation that describes something as being wonderful. It means you loved it a lot. And when I talk about connotations of words, it means the feeling that the word has. A connotation of a word is the feeling that it has when you say it. And another good word to describe something as being good, or in this case, really, really good, is superb. That was superb, and that means something was really, really good. So these are words used to describe something as being good. And then the opposite of good is bad. And so some synonyms of the word bad, we'll start with awful. That was awful. Awful has a connotation of being really, really bad. That was awful. And then we have lousy. And these two have very similar meanings, lousy and poor. Lousy is a word that means like, ugh, that was lousy. Like that was just not great. It was just not good. It was just bad. It was lousy. And then poor is very similar on the same level as lousy, where you just describe it as like, that was a poor choice. That was a poor choice you made. It's just a little bit bad. It could have been better. And then we have these two words, which again have varying meanings, close to really, really bad. For example, terrible. Terrible, I would say, has the same meaning as very bad or really bad. Terrible. And then this word is atrocious. And atrocious, I would actually describe as being very awful. It would be really, really, really bad, would be the level that you would use atrocious with. That was atrocious. Atrocious. And that means really, really, really bad. And so these are all synonyms of the word bad. And so use these to up your vocabulary when speaking English And especially when you are using adjectives to describe nouns and describe different situations, or even when responding to someone when you're having a conversation and you want to respond, they're telling you something that was good that happened to them or something bad, and you can respond by saying, "Oh, that was so great. Oh, that sounds wonderful." Or if it was bad, you could respond by saying, "Oh, that was terrible. That sounds awful. I'm sorry that happened to you." And so these are words to use to further your English vocabulary.